Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Yeah. What's up, A2D family? We in here, Philly Sports Guys, you already know. It's got the OG PSG crew back in here right now. TA, P, and you know the boy E over there.
Okay.
And listen, before we even jump off and get started, it's been a crazy week. The Eagles forces is battling external forces, internal forces, trying to tear stuff down from within. But the one thing you can do is win. So I want y'all all to go to www.atsportpicks. Once again, it's www.atsportpicks.com. Enter promo code A2D for 20% off. Get things started off on the right foot. Put a little money in your pocket, all right?
I like it.
With that being said,
Before you go forward,
E, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling great today, family. What's going on, family? Good to be back. It's Eagles Dallas week, as my man Pete said and TA said. Listen, I'm excited. I invited all the Cowboys fans out there. You know the Cowboys fans. First of all, they starting already. I got my man Jesse Ramon Nichols came out of hibernation saying Cowboys by 7. But the Cowboys fans, they're the most strangest bunch I've ever seen in my life. You know, it's like they're under a spell. You know, it's a spell that I don't know if it's ever going to be broken because of Jerry Jones, all his plastic surgery he had. I don't know if it's that. But the fact that Jason Garrett is still there and the fact that you really believe that you're making Super Bowl, I think you're in a trance. But other than that, I just want to say this also. Shout out to my wife. Happy anniversary. My anniversary was yesterday, guys. So, 18 years. So I just want to give a special shout out.
I told you happy anniversary yesterday.
You did. I appreciate that. TA did as well. But, yeah, 18 years. But
happy anniversary.
Thank
I'm
you,
right
sir.
back at you again.
Yes, she did. But, listen, we're here. We're talking about Dallas week. Let's get it going.
So, poll question,
Yes, sir.
if I'm not mistaken, was, do the Eagles have a locker room problem?
Yes.
Let's start there. Because I don't even want to talk about the Minnesota game. We all know what happened.
He said, you don't even want to go into it?
They got their ass whooped by Kirk Coupons.
Oh, man.
Carson and the team, they fought. They got it down. They got it close 24-20, and then the defense couldn't hold up.
Yeah, listen.
And then shit went left from there.
Listen, Diggs is still running right now.
Matter of fact,
Diggs
it's
is still
so
running.
bad.
Diggs is still running right now.
He wore purple today. We want to see the color
Hey,
purple
listen,
right now.
I'm not worried about all that. All I'm saying to you, Diggs is still running, feeling still catching the ball underneath. There was one sequence. I know you don't want to go into it, but I just had to say this. The cornerback situation, we already know we're dealing with third and fourth stringers. But the one play that just really made me say, yo, what the hell is going on?
Right.
Was the one play where Diggs blew by Rasul. Okay, That's what happened. And then number 81 was almost right next to him, parallel to him, wide open.
Wide open.
I think that's a telltale sign of the game right there, and to show you what it was.
That comes in the scheme. Jim Schwartz already knew he wasn't playing with a full deck of cards. When it comes to just his hand, he didn't play the hand he was dealt. He was out there gambling like he had rockets, like he had pocket rockets. And rockets for my poker fans out there, poker players, that's aces. You start out, you got two aces back to back, so you feel like you got rockets in there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or any good hand in poker, and you out there, you really got 2-3 non-suited. You see what I'm saying? So let's just and the flop come out ace, king, jack, whatever. You out here gambling like you going all in, and
they gambled and tried to stop Dalvin Cook. Now they succeeded with that. They succeeded with that, stopping Dalvin Cook, which they did.
Right.
I think he had under 60 yards, and they did great with that. And they said, you know what? We're going to stop Dalvin Cook, and we're going to make Kirk Coupons beat us. But they didn't anticipate that Kirk Coupons would get rid of the ball in 2.9 seconds. A play, every single play. Just his quick releases, they couldn't do anything with it, man.
No.
Nothing. Linebacker play was horrible. Safety play was horrible. Just a bad game.
Yeah, now linebacker, we was already thin there, and then because of what Zach Brown said in his performance, now he played 82% of the snaps. So what I want to get to before we get to the big game on Sunday Night Football, which every Dallas game, I don't care where these two teams play at, where they're at in the standings, you get this game as prime time. That's just how good this rivalry is.
Okay.
And no, it's not what it used to be in the Buddy era, but it's still the best that we got.
Right.
we heard the reports. Well, we heard Doug Peterson say we're going to go down there and win on Monday.
Right.
Then Thursday or Wednesday night after the Jalen Ramsey trade,
Right.
we heard Eagles player tell Josina Anderson, unnamed Eagles player, tell Josina Anderson that we all knew what the Jalen Ramsey deal was. We all knew he was going to get. I don't even want to talk about this shit, but the Eagles dropped the ball. Then, yesterday, during NFL Live hit, she says, Josina's quoted as saying that another Eagles player saying we should make the offense simpler. Sometimes it's too complex, essentially. That's the opposite of simple.
Okay.
But the damaging thing, the flaming hot statement, the hot take
Dissension.
was even Peyton Manning knew where to check the ball down. So this is the third time in less than a calendar year that we done had somebody come at Carson specifically.
Right.
The one dude who I see on the field on Sunday.
Don't take my thunder. Don't take my. Let me just get it. That's my.
Go
thunder.
ahead.
So as I explained to Pete, who I know it is, and I can guarantee you it is. I don't have the exact source, but I know who it is. It's Alshon Jeffrey. This is not the first time Alshon Jeffrey came out and said something to Josina Anderson. Okay, I'm good. All right. We good to go? All right, my man. That's me. That's me. So, from what I understand, there was an issue before with the Bears going all the way back years ago where there was some type of situation in the locker room. And from what the reports were saying that Josina Anderson reported on it, but his man, the go-to person in that situation was Alshon Jeffrey. Fast forward the situation again last year with Carson and all that stuff that happened last year when Josina Anderson reported on it. The speculation was it was Alshon Jeffrey. Again, there's a professional relationship between him and Josina Anderson. So it would not surprise me that it's Alshon saying that. We know Alshon was unhappy with not getting the ball last year.
He can't. If it is him, I don't know where it's coming from because he can't say that it's this year.
Who do you think it could be other than him?
Because he had 2 touchdowns in the Green Bay game.
Right.
He had a touchdown last week.
Okay. But you still could be frustrated if he's not checking the ball down. If
I
get what you're saying.
He had the most targets. Now we don't know when the quote. If
so
that,
is it Nelly?
If
it Nelly?
I don't know, but we don't know the time. We don't know the time frame of the quote. Okay. Even though the quote she said it this week, that could have been from a week before. But TA, I want TA to chime in here. He looking into it, and based on what he said,
right,
it kind of makes sense that TA, go ahead and tell the people where you think that the quote is coming from, based on the context of the quote.
Well, I think it's a defensive player because it just doesn't make sense. Like even Doug said it today. Like, what do you want us to? You know, when we're checking down, you want us to go deep. When we go deep, you want us to check down. Like, how many deep balls have they thrown? Like ever since Deshaun went out,
right?
And how many deep balls that were thrown that were dropped?
And yes, what's the completed ratio of the deep balls?
Yeah, so you look at all that. I mean, I'm going to look at all that.
Look at Malcolm.
Yeah, and I might say Malcolm because he's done a lot of talking.
He called out his guys this week. He sure
all right?
did.
He's done a lot of talking. When I'm getting sick and
tired
tired
of that
of
part, though, I can respect the part that, as far as him coming out saying, guys got to play better. If you don't feel as you can play, get off the field. You're scared. Get off the field.
That's facts. But whoever this player is has money, feels secure, right? We can all agree on that part of it.
Okay.
And probably most likely what it sounds like is a defensive player because offensively we haven't started fast.
Right.
But we've been sort of simple with stuff. You know, I don't think we've been like overly
aggressive
with the deep ball.
Right.
Like I'm saying, like Carson Wentz isn't out here calling out his teammates for dropping balls.
Right.
This is what I hate. This is what I can't stand. That's what winners do is they keep stuff in the house.
Yeah.
Brady's not out there calling his guys out publicly.
I agree.
Right? So it's probably a guy that has some stature, but is watching a different game than we're all watching.
And just to piggyback off what you said, if they come at Carson and they want to call him out to the carpet, let's be honest. Detroit, Arcega-Whiteside catches the pass, chances are we win that game.
Yeah.
We all know the Falcons game where Aguilar getting the ball lost in the lights.
Yeah.
So you had 2 drop passes that was thrown somewhat. The Aguilar pass was on money.
Right.
The Whiteside pass, he just had to make a play for us, a 50-50 ball.
Right, I agree with that.
But that's 2 games, so that means your record right now is 5-1.
It's 5-1. Yeah.
5-1, and we're looking at this game, this Sunday night's game, completely different. So I don't know why now all of a sudden this shit is coming out. What the goal, what the motivation is, where we're at in this locker room.
Right. Well, it's going to come out, Pete, because right now when you're losing like the way. First of all, and let's keep it real. I'm going to be frank. When you get, and I don't use no cuss, but if you get your ass beat like that, the way we got our ass beat, because we did.
We didn't hear this shit in New Orleans last year though.
There's a little bit of rumors, but not like this though.
Not like this.
I think because the expectation was to win the game.
Right.
The expectation was that we single-handedly waxed Minnesota off the field in Philly.
Right.
Now, yeah, we got some players that are different. I understand that, but still, the core's back. So you're figuring going to Minnesota, we feeling real confident. We got you're sticking our chest out, thinking we're gonna win the game, and we just got smacked in the face.
Listen, and I'll tell you this: these Minnesota Vikings fans, you want to do the Skol chant? You go ahead and take these little bitch ass regular season wins.
I'm not worried about all that.
The one game that we waxed y'all in is the game that count.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them. All I'm saying is, the bottom line is, when you're getting beat like that and you're getting punched in the mouth, people are going to just start pointing fingers at each other.
Right.
You know, the insufficiency.
It's a lot of blame going around.
What are you doing? You know what I mean? So I just want to read a couple comments real quick. We got some people riding with us. My man Bill Middlebrooks, thanks for riding with us, my man. He said, by the ways of my boys, and shout out to TA on the ones and twos. Let's go. Rob Brinkman says Dallas is in jeopardy of falling off the planet with a loss.
Yes.
Check out the schedule. My man Chrome says, hey fellas, I'm over the anonymous cowards. I agree with you. Come out if you got something to say. That's one thing I can say about Malcolm Jenkins. He said we had to say. My man Jesse's back with us. Dallas Cowboy fan. Carson's not elite guys. Listen,
I'm not sitting here saying he is.
we're not saying he is, but is Dak elite?
I am.
Is Dak elite?
I'm saying he's elite.
Carson
Carson
has elite traits.
He's a top 15
He has
quarterback.
elite traits.
Do we agree with that?
But
Do we agree he's a top 15 quarterback?
I think he's better than that. I mean,
Carson?
Watch him play.
Yeah.
I mean, just watch him play. He's elite status.
yeah. I mean, the thing with Carson, what he's missing now that he didn't have in 2017, is clear to see is just the brain trust of Frank Wright and John DeFilippo.
Right.
That brain trust, that three-headed monster with Carson at the helm, was able to do damage. And I don't know if anything, if people feel weird or feel lack of confidence in Jim Schwartz, if that's how you feel about Jim Schwartz, I have no faith in Mike Groh right now. None whatsoever.
Yeah,
I have no faith in Mike Groh, which scares me more because if you ask other media personalities out here, they want Carson to work a miracle, but they don't want to call the actual coordinator to the carpet and say, look at this game plan. The offensive coordinator has sat here and told you last year, he said, Golden Tate, you traded a third-round pick for him. I don't know how to get him involved in the offense. Now this year, you had this week, he said J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, second-round pick. When we look at players like D.K. Metcalf and Terry McLaurin out here being productive, he said he's a developmental player. Mm-hmm. Do you draft developmental players in the second round?
No.
And before even that, I even go back even further. I've been saying
How he does. How he
Thank you.
drafts Slop in the second round.
I'm glad TA said that because this problem that we're dealing with right now with the lack of talent and depth and young talent and depth on this team when it comes to straight-out athletic skill, it's not Doug Peterson's fault. It's not Carson's fault. It's at the feet of Howie Roseman because he does not draft well. He has not drafted well. And you put all your eggs into the Deshaun basket for Burner. We have more wide receivers on this team like Alshon who cannot create separation, who cannot win on one-on-one, who are not athletically gifted. And the one that we do, guess what? Sometimes he turns into Edward Stonehands, and that's Nelson Aguilar.
All right, so
I'm resting my case right now.
Real quick.
So,
39. Am I on here? Yeah. 39 picks. 39 straight picks, only one Pro Bowler.
it's crazy.
I've been saying on shows, where's the stars outside of Carson
I agree.
that were drafted here, that were drafted from Howie Roseman?
Yeah.
Not guys already here. Not Lane, not Zach, not guys that were Chip Kelly guys. Under Howie Roseman, you knew he was the one drafted.
Right.
39 and one, 39 picks and one Pro Bowler. One Pro. You got lucky you had a parade because you're good at free agency.
Right. So and I agree with you, man. I want to circle back to Nelson Aguilar, and I said this in the break before we started. You know, you pay somebody $9 million. If you're paying somebody $9 million, you want to get something from him, right?
Right.
So, and I understand, yes, he misses the ball sometimes, and whatever, if it's mental, I don't know. But he is a player, and we all agree, that in space can create something.
Right.
He's a matchup problem. So I'm blaming Groh first, and then most important, I'm blaming Dougie P for not getting involved. This is the same guy that caught 9 balls in the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
Right. So at the end of the day, and they did it in the last game, which I don't understand why they waited to do. I was screaming for it. I was watching the game. My buddy Julian, shout out to Julian, and I said to him, "You got to get this guy in space." As soon as I said it, they started to do it. Whether it be a bubble screen, whether it be wide receiver screen, you're throwing a wide receiver screen to a 6'5" guy
Alshon Jeffrey,
that runs a 4.7. Throw that same play to a guy that can create space, a guy that you can run. If you get him behind a couple, whether it be Peter or in this case Diller now, and some other guys, Kelsey coming out in the flat, running with space, he can make something happen. So with that being said, not to mention, yes, he's not Deshaun as far as Deshaun's is one of the best tracking the ball. We understand that, but he's a guy that can still get deep. So use that guy. You're spending $9 million on him. Get him involved in the offense. Whether it's a confidence thing, get him involved early, bubble screens, like I said, wide receiver screens, and then give him more. He should be averaging at least 7 balls a game.
7 targets.
No, he should be catching 7 catches a game.
Well, that's minimum of 7 targets.
So my point is, get him involved, man. You're spending all this money on him. Use him.
I agree.
You know, I mean,
I agree, but I go back to what you said. I don't trust Mike to do it.
That's when Dougie P's got to step in. He's got to step in, man.
And this is the thing. I don't know. Obviously, I don't think Peter should be the one to do this on camera or in the public.
Thank you, TA, for dressing Jesse on that one.
But
thank you, Jack. Thank you, TA, for dressing on that.
Behind the scenes, Doug has to feel like.
Yeah, because Jesse, you know what I want to say this.
Go ahead.
Jesse was talking real husky when they were 3-0. This man was husky. He had a big old H on his chest.
Husky.
He was husky. Captain Husky, Jesse. Husky. Now all of a sudden, this man disappeared.
Yep.
He came back last week.
Back.
He back now. So Jesse, I just want to say this. After this loss, right, because you're going to lose this week,
right?
Am I going to see you again?
No, you won't.
Now, because after this week 7 through 16, they have the hardest schedule in the league.
You know when we'll see him because he's a Sixers guy. We'll see him during.
Okay.
We'll see him during 10-9-8.
Okay, all right.
But we'll crush him.
He'll be with birds of a feather, right?
No, he'll just be out there. No, Jesse will just be out there with Sixers season. He's a fan.
Yeah.
But we'll crush him, hopefully. Let's just go get this done.
Yeah. Get this dub on Sunday. And it's really the game meant more to the Cowboys because of their injuries and where they've been going. The last 2 games, a losing streak to teams that we beat. Right. But now with all this extra trash and these things coming out, now it's the Eagles to be like, yo, we need to show them what it is. Mm-hmm. And I would say this is in a long time, probably the first game since probably week 1 where the Eagles are the healthier team.
Yeah.
Because the Cowboys are missing both of their ends, both of their tackles.
Well, they're gonna play, but they're still beat up. They're playing.
Who? Todd Smith.
I said it earlier.
And Collins.
They're both playing. They're both playing, but they're gonna be banged up.
They're gonna be banged
up.
up.
Cooper is gonna play as well, but he's still banged up.
Is Cobb playing?
Who?
Randall Cobb.
Nah, they didn't say anything about Cobb or Jones.
Or Byron Jones.
They didn't say anything about those two. But Collins is playing, as well as Tyron Smith.
If Byron Jones is out, that's big.
And Cooper's playing. But to what you said, you are correct. They're banged up. You know? And we're kind of coming back. Jalen Mills is playing this week, which is good. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's coming together. Listen. At the end of the day, when you deal with division games, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna be one of those games that you're biting your nails at the end. But at the end of the day, if we talk logistics in the game, we had to slow down Zeke because Zeke had a bad week last week against the Jets, and I think this is a week he's going to try to capitalize on. So we got to curtail what
I'm not worried about our run defense like you are. I never worry about our
run defense. Is top 3. I get it, but we have problems with Zeke.
Yeah, but Zeke
historically, we have problems with Zeke.
Zeke causes problems for everybody.
And the thing is, but the thing is, we may shut him down. We may bottle him down for most of the game, and then boom, 50-yard run. So that's what kind of scares me about that. But other than that, you know, with Cooper that's not healthy, that helps us. Because when he's healthy, he had, last year he had over 217 yards against us.
Pushing off like a motherfucker, too.
He said pushing
off like a motherfucker. Pushing off like
Now, Gallup is playing, right? I did hear he was banged up, but Gallup is going to play, right, TA?
I think it's his knee.
I think he's
his knee, so he's not 100%. He's a speed guy, so he won't be as –
Yeah.
Oh. But we'll see because in the secondary, Gallup may not need to be 100%. That's if Jim Schwartz in the defensive scheme cannot keep calling plays how he's been calling. He cannot call that scheme where we go single high, cover zero.
Right.
Because, listen, you had a chance to trade for somebody who could actually do that, but you didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, I mean,
how we didn't pull the trigger?
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this. And again, to a certain extent, I was right. I said that we weren't going to get him. So I was correct about that. And a lot of people are upset. They're up in arms. I get it. And he's a guy that does shut down half of your field. I get it. But there's, like I told people on the phone, we have other holes. We have other things we need to address.
We got somebody on YouTube, Harlem Cowboy.
Okay, we're going to get to him in 1 minute. But the bottom line is one of the biggest things we need to do, and I've been saying this the last couple weeks, I said this to Pete, our strength is our defensive front. I mean, and the thing is, no, it is. Having Jackson out and having Jernigan out is huge, man. So whether you trade for a Geno Atkins or someone that caliber or someone a little bit under him and bring him in, and I think the kid from Jets might be available. Leonard Williams might be available. Bring him in along with someone else. That would be a big help because, again, our corners, we know they have issues. You know, even when Darby comes back and Mills comes back. But to have that front four and guys that are interchangeable, you know, that helps out going forward. You know what I mean?
See, I would much rather have Leonard Williams because he's a younger player. Mm-hmm. You know, more.
And Jernigan can be back too.
More cap control. And Jernigan probably is it this week or next week?
I think next week he might be back.
Next week.
Worst case scenario, Bears game.
So my thing is, and we'll hit on this Ramsey trade, and I understand maybe it was a pipe dream, but it seems like it was realistic if the Eagles wanted to give up another first round pick, and for some reason, Howard Roseman just wasn't willing to do that, even though you already have 13 picks in next year's draft. I get it. I kind of understand to a point, but you have to be now, Howie, and the Eagles organization. You have to be prepared for the reaction that's going from the fan base when you do trade for someone.
Right.
If you do trade for someone, and because now that someone is going to be known for not being Jalen Ramsey. I don't care how good he is, especially if it's a defensive player and it's a cornerback. It's going to be known for not being Jalen Ramsey. Okay. I know Middlebrook. If you watch it, I know you love Patrick.
Speaking of Middlebrook's going in today on Jesse. I want to applaud Billy Middlebrook. He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing, man.
So you know Middlebrook. I know you love Patrick Peterson. I like him too.
Yeah.
But with that being said, is that something that we can really see happening? I hope it does. I still think we need somebody. You're not going to hear that reaction out of me saying it's not Jalen Ramsey. I mean, I'll be upset if it. I mean, it's not Ramsey, so I'll be upset a little bit. But I understand the value of someone like Peterson.
Right.
I understand the value of somebody like Chris Harris. But now since Bradley Roby went down, Chris Harris may be unavailable unless they just want to throw the towel in because now they're 2-5.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. The right and I hate to be that guy that I'm kind of acting like my brother, Mr. Peter Washington over here, the narrative guy, you know. And I hate to be like that. I don't want to be like that, but I'm that guy. I'm that no guy to the family. I'm the guy that's gonna say, nah, we shouldn't do that, bro. You know what? Let's just chill out. I think we should relax. And I'm that guy for the family. And the bottom line is, guys, we're not getting anybody. All right, we're not gonna get cornerback. Let me just say that.
Okay.
We may address linebacker. We may address defensive tackle. Or someone on offense.
Okay.
But it's not going to be cornerback. The writing's on the wall. They're going with Crayvon LeBlanc. And this is what Howie's thinking. I mean, this is what I'm gathering.
I don't care. What Howie thinks doesn't work.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Bottom line is this. They're going Crayvon LeBlanc, okay, because he'll be back a couple weeks.
Okay.
They're going Mills. They're going Darby. And they're going Maddox. That's the 4.
Okay.
That's the bottom line.
So Sidney
this
Jones
what it's
is
going
done.
to be.
Sidney Jones is the experiment is over. If anything, if we see a trade, if the Eagles make a trade, you expect Sidney Jones to be in that package.
Toast 24/7. That's all I'm gonna say about Sidney Jones. And I hate to say it because I was rooting for the guy. I watched all of his games at Washington. He was a stud, and it just for whatever reason, it's just not translating. And I think they're losing faith, man. I think it's more of a confidence thing with him.
Right.
And I think with the soft tissue injuries that he's getting on a regular basis with the hamstring,
right.
I just think his confidence isn't there no more. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the coverages were horrible, and I can't blame all that on him. Right. But he don't have it, man. And maybe another stop. Maybe it's somewhere else where he might just
change
get
the
that.
Scenery.
Yeah, maybe it's just that other stop somewhere else that he may get it together. He may figure it out.
So,
and again, the biggest point I want to make, the biggest problem I'm going to say, and I think they should address it, is Corey Unlin. Yes, I understand Schwartz is an issue as well, but Corey Unlin is horrible with bringing young cornerbacks and teaching them correctly. I don't know what it is, and I'm just this observation. They wouldn't turn their head for how many years?
So
he's been
so that's safety play too, though. He's the secondary's coach.
Okay, I give you that.
So that,
but the
you
second,
gotta encompass safeties as well.
But other than last week and some issues maybe once a here and there, the safeties aren't the problem. The issue's always been cornerbacks, man. Always been cornerbacks.
True, but I will say this. I get your point, and I'm not saying that our safety play has been bad. But to go back what TA said, 39 players, 1 Pro Bowler. That's 2 sides of the ball.
How is the biggest problem?
Right.
I get that.
So
we know that.
We safety wise, we haven't had an impact safety since Brian Dawkins. I mean, Malcolm Jenkins is serviceable.
Okay.
I'm talking about a safety
He's
who's
a little more than serviceable. I'm not going to say
true.
He's much more than serviceable.
When's the last time we had a true center field safety?
Well,
That-
Rodney's good, but he's not.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not as
the
much of a
safeties
ball
aren't the
hawk.
issues. Let's
Right.
get off of that.
I'm talking about ball hawk.
But let's get off of that. Let's get it's not the safeties. It's the corners.
It's
the corners, bro.
It's the
I just
secondary
said to
as a
Jeff.
whole.
I just said to Jeff because he's talking about he thinks Howie will make a move, and I said, listen, I hope Jalen and I hope Ronald play well. And
He
then
called him Ronald.
yeah, I'm going to go full name, Ronald. Not
Okay.
Ron, not Ron, Ronald. All
Not
right?
Ron.
Not Ron.
Not
Ron.
Boom Boom.
No,
Little Boosie.
no IG name.
Little
We're going
Boosie.
straight Ronald Darby. Hey, Ron. So you got to hope Darby Mills play well, and then you get Avante back, and you can actually focus on
Right.
something bigger, which is some DN help.
Yes.
You know, some other guys you can get after, another guy who can get after the quarterback. So I would rather. I'm praying that these guys can come back and play well.
You're good with Ridgeway. I like Ridgeway. He's playing well. What you
As
right.
a third DT, yes.
Ridgeway
As a third
and
one,
then
yeah.
Jernigan.
Yeah, I need Jernigan back big time.
So with that being said, I'm going to let you finish. So
No, it's your show, babe.
being that you said DN, would you go after Von Miller?
No.
What would you give up?
Would I go after Von? Maybe, but my issue with him is when he was playing next to Chubb early, he couldn't get after the damn quarterback.
Yeah.
How much is that motivation, though? How much is that what the situation's in right now? How much is it? How much of that could be the scheme?
I'm thinking about
It's not
money,
a
though,
good
when it
fit
comes
for
to him, though, too.
Yeah, I'm thinking about money. I don't know. I mean, there's guys out there. There's probably other guys like
mean, Michael Johnson.
If you want to talk about if you want to talk about the D tackles, then let's go to Cincinnati for Geno Atkins.
Right. Or DN Michael Johnson, Cincinnati.
Yeah. I mean, there's guys out there that go
Vic
get the
Beasley
quarterback.
for that.
Vic Beasley's a great name.
Is he going to be in the market, though? Is he on the market?
Yeah, they're talking about dealing
because they said dealing because he is an unrestricted free agent. Now, people, I will say this as well.
Okay.
I know it's a pipe dream. I don't say it's a pipe dream, but
That's what we do.
because you see a trade Sidney Jones for Devontae Parker.
Well,
Would you do that trade?
According to Jesse, nobody wants Sidney. According to Jesse, nobody wants Sidney.
and he ain't wrong.
Now, he ain't wrong.
He's right on this one.
He ain't
I give him
lying.
that.
He ain't
Jesse's
lying.
right.
But let's let another Florida team take another one of them Washington guys from us. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we had Orlando take Fultz. Maybe we can get lucky.
Yeah, I mean, look, send Sidney Jones down there for Devontae Parker. If you do Sidney Jones in a 1 for Xavier Howard, something like that, or you could do Sidney Jones and Cincy, and you bring back AJ. We never know. You never know. And listen, people say AJ Green is not healthy.
What about Kirkpatrick from Cincinnati?
Or Jacob Patrick. Now he's 29 now. So if I'm gonna go 29 years old, if I'm going that age, I'm making a call to Arizona first
To get your boy.
I'm going to get Patrick Peterson. If I'm going 29 years old, and especially at the corner.
I still think they're not going cornerback, guys. I just have a and I haven't been wrong.
When you and TA said about
I haven't
being
been
healthy
wrong.
in the plan, that's I can see
They're
that.
sticking with those guys.
Well,
right,
listen, I know
right,
what
wrong, or different.
I know what Jalen and Darby do.
Right.
And down the goal line, they shut you down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they're not getting double moved at the goal line.
But what
they
happens
use the
is-
back of the end zone as their friend.
Right. But what happens is they're formidable. We know what they do. But with a solid defensive line, defensive front, they're more than formidable.
Yeah, but does it make everybody better with one of your leader-ish guys coming back in jail because he's a vocal guy?
Yes, sir.
And Darby coming back. Does that make the guys all around
The
a little? Yeah.
The communication is going to be
Yes.
better.
Yeah, because I think we're going to give up yards, but I also think that I know what we do down the goal line.
Yep.
now.
Right.
And
Yep.
that's what Jim Schwartz wins off of his defenses. He's going to give up yards, but down the goal line, he's going to hold you to 3. And if we hold Dallas to a bunch of 3s
Right.
on Sunday night, we're walking out with a win. That's all that matters. What do you guys
Right.
got score-wise?
So speaking of that, let us know. Let us know out there. If you're in the Facebook, you're in the IG, you're in the Twitter,
Real quick,
or
yeah.
you're in the YouTube, let us know who wins Sunday.
And Bryce Blackwell said Cardinals GM said they're not trading Peterson. But, yeah, who wins Sunday? And let's go.
So Jeff Meyer, what's good, man?
Wrong button.
He says make a deal for Chris Harris. Denver is really not in position to contend. Fire sale might be coming. Very true. Then he also follows up and says, I'm actually excited to see what we do. listen, I mean, again, the Chris Harris thing is very intriguing.
Yes.
As Pete said, Bradley Roby is out. So they're 2-5. Is John Elway, is Howie going to call John Elway? That's the question. Is he going to make that move and call all John Elway and say, listen, what are we going to do for 25? What can we do? Again, I'm going to say it again, guys. Don't be shocked if we don't get a cornerback. It's going to be, I think it's going to be defensive end or defensive tackle.
Based on what you guys are saying and based on the crew that is not the parts, not the single parts, but the group as a whole, I can see them standing pat with the secondary if they can stay healthy. They get Darby back.
Crayvon LeBlanc. Don't forget about Crayvon LeBlanc in that slot. He's doing his thing.
But no, because if
Crayvon LeBlanc? Yeah, I don't know if he comes back this year. I heard he's coming back this year.
No, but even if he does come back, look at this. Follow me here.
Go ahead.
So if you go back, Darby Mills on the outside, and
Right.
you go Malcolm Rodney as a safety, and you need a slot corner.
You got Maddox.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know why you keep mentioning LeBlanc. LeBlanc's not gonna get on the
They're
field.
going to interchange. Yes, they're going to interchange with this
I would not put LeBlanc on the field over Maddox at any point, unless he needs a blow. That's it.
They believe in LeBlanc, bro. They're going to fit him in, bro. The way he plays.
There's part of times before Maddox got hurt. Maddox was the best corner we had.
Of course he was, but this year he didn't show up. There's times he didn't show up, but that's part of
the whole secondary.
But that's
showed
a part
up
of that's a part of
6
being
weeks.
young. That's a part of being young. So the bottom line is they're going to get Crayvon LeBlanc on the field. I can guarantee you that. If he's healthy, they're going to figure out how to get him on the field. Yeah. He plays well,
Roscoe,
man.
you killing me, man.
Who's that?
Roscoe.
What's he saying now, man? What's this guy saying? What's he saying? What's he, YouTube?
Oh,
Who's the guy on YouTube you was talking about?
Harlem Cowboy.
What do you say?
Is that Jesse?
Is that Jesse?
That's probably Jesse. He probably sat there with a tablet and a phone.
Yeah, all I want to say is, in a funny shout out to my cousin, Antoine. He's also. I have a lot of Cowboy fans, man. It's like they ready, man. Them Cowboy fans come out of woodworks, man, and they're pumping out. They're pumping their chest out, coming out. And the funny thing is, you would think TA, after losing to the Jets, they would go away. No, they're not going away. No, absolutely, they're out.
I just see the comment on Facebook.
What was that?
Jeff Lohmeyer.
Oh, which part?
What did he say? Just tell us what he said, TA.
Oh, maybe make a deal with AZ to get Hicks back. Jeff, you're my man, but that's not gonna happen, bro.
He ain't wrong.
No.
I would love it.
Ain't wrong at all.
Now the guy goes to Arizona.
65
and he's tackling.
tackles.
He's tackling scorpions out there in the desert and shit. He's tackling everything.
Staying healthy.
Oh boy, he get hurt, man. And Embiid,
No.
Mr. Glass.
He ain't no.
That's my boy.
Thank
though.
you. That he know Mr. Glass.
That's my boy. All right, okay.
So he's standing straight up.
Let me put it.
No, don't you start putting evil
I'm
on
gonna
shit.
put my disclaimer out there.
You
All right.
disclaimer. You disclaimer. Go
Hey,
elsewhere.
Hey, TA, listen. And I'm that guy again. I'm gonna tell you when stuff is yes or no. I'm the no guy. All right. And
when it come to Embiid and Brett Brown, you are the Joe Giglio.
No, let me stop that. Don't say that. I love Embiid. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. I love him. But the bottom line is he's been Mr. Glass at times. Let's keep it
Man,
real.
he played all year last year.
He played all year.
He missed what 20 games last
Look
year?
how good of shape he's in right now.
Well, he looks good right now.
All right, so don't start.
I'm not hating. Listen,
He's spoken into existence.
I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there.
He thinks the season's over because Trey Burke might not play enough.
Oh, that's not.
You know what I mean?
Let's not even talk about
Let's
that.
talk about
Let's
that.
not
for a
go
minute.
about Trey Burke right now.
I'm telling you,
We gotta
I'm getting in my feelings.
We
right
gotta
now.
give a Cowboys score, Eagles score.
I'm getting in my feelings about Trey Burke, man. Every time I start thinking about the fact that Nato, who's a bum,
Here he goes.
who's only playing over Trey Burke, Brett Brown, beat twice. It don't make no sense. I'm getting riled up.
Harlem Cowboy says, I think this is the game we drop beats on the team, and it happens to be a team we know and kind of own. So 35-17.
Yo, I got something for him. I got something for his ass. I know my football team, right? And I know they're a resilient group of dogs over there. and all this drama's going on. I got a feeling they come out and roll Sunday. I'm telling you.
Get the ball first?
I got a feeling they roll. I'm saying 34-21.
Okay.
I got a feeling we go to Dallas and we lay it on. They're talking about firing mother you know what's down there. All right? Clap hands. Right? Clap hands.
Mr. Clapper.
Yeah, he's gonna be clapping on the unemployment line.
No matter what you want to say, Harlem and Jesse, you cannot deny the fact that the last two teams that y'all lost to, we beat. But more importantly, when they were talking on that field in Meadowlands and MetLife Field, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, MetLife Field.
They was leaving Jason Garrett hanging, boy. They had no respect for their head coach. So I don't know what motivation they had to play for.
We got a Trey Burke signing. There we go.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
There we go. Okay.
Look at that. Look at that.
Shoot
Off-mark
that.
pass.
Shoot that. Oh, now come on. Don't make me look bad. Don't make me look bad. Don't make me look bad, Trey Burke. Come on, man.
Is he wearing 23?
Yeah, he's wearing 23.
That is, and you coming off the bench. That is Lou Will's number off the bench.
Listen.
Look at that 6-point swing.
He's
Look
a
at
guy.
that 6-point swing.
He's a guy that can average 16. I'm gonna say this about Trey Burke. We're gonna keep moving forward. I want to give a score for the Eagles, Cowboys. Trey Burke. I'm gonna say this out to you guys. Trey Burke is a guy that could play. He's a guy for whatever reason he's bounced around.
Right.
But in the right system, if Brett Brown uses him correctly, which I'm hoping he will, he's a guy that can come off the bench and give you 16 points a game. We haven't had a guy like that. You guys said it earlier, hit on it earlier. We haven't had a guy like that since who, Pete? T.A.? Lou Williams. That's the last guy that and every team, if you look at the landscape of every NBA team that matters, any NBA team and that's one of the creme de la creme NBA teams, they have a guy off that bench that can come in there at any time and give you that spark.
Vinnie Johnson.
The microwave, exactly. Now, Trey Burke could be our microwave. That's all I'm going to say about
that. He
Now,
could, if given opportunity.
Switching gears to the Cowboys
Give us
Eagles
your score.
game. I'm going Eagles 35. I'm going Cowboys 28. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to be a lot of scoring. I do think we should get the ball first. I know they asked WP that question this week about getting the ball first and getting on, because a lot of games we're trailing because we're not. By the time we get the ball, we're down 7-0.
Right.
So I think this is one of the games that we win the toss. He doesn't defer. He gets the ball first, and I think we pounce on him first, get on him. Listen, it's going to be fast and furious. Dak is going to be doing his thing. Cooper, I think, will have a touchdown. Zeke will have a touchdown. But at the end of the day, I think Carson's going to prevail. Carson's going to have 3 to 4 touchdowns. I'm going 4 touchdowns. But we're going to have a big game from Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard's going to have about 2 to 3 touchdowns. Watch out for that. So I'm going 35-28 Eagles.
I would say, I just think this is the epitome or the epitome.
Okay, I like it.
The epitome of
I like it.
a team win. I think both teams. This is gonna be this.
Time out. I'm sorry, Pete.
Go ahead.
I did see Jesse. This is what I'm talking about you, man. You hang on to stuff that people say and you misconstrue it. I didn't, and you heard me say this, Pete. I'm not saying he's Lou Williams. Remember I said that about Burke? Didn't I say that to you? I'm not saying, Jesse. I want to correct you. I'm sorry, Pete. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying he's Lou Williams. I'm saying he's a guy that can average 16 points off the bench in that Lou Williams role, right? Didn't I say that, Pete? Peter?
Yeah.
Don't leave me hanging. All right. So, Jesse, stop saying that. All right, go ahead, Peter.
So, real quick, you got your troll over there. I'm dealing with my troll. So, Harlem Cowboy, he says the Eagles have small linebackers. Zeke will eat them alive. I said Zeke won't get to the second level.
Okay.
Because he says it's funny that it took us to lose 3 straight games and look like garbage just to be tied with Philly. LL. What does that say? What does that say for your team? What does it say for your team when you have the easiest ass, softest, wet baby wipe schedule for the first 3 days?
Did he say baby wipe schedule?
Dirty baby wipes teams that you played straight booty cheeks, looking like some runny baby poop that you played the Giants when they had Eli still.
Did he say
Then you play Washington. And then you played the Dolphins. 3 teams with a combined record. I can't even say. I'm just gonna throw it out there like 4-0,
1 and like something.
3-12 or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
3-15, something like that. Because the Dolphins ain't win a game. The Giants got 2 wins, and then the Washington only has 1. Who one of those games they beat the Dolphins? So you just beating up on the kids that don't change the class when the bell ring. We out here beating teams that actually can play, and teams that y'all can't beat.
That was well put, Peter.
You
just gotta
shake the ball.
You gotta woo side.
Let me shake. Let me scrape the bullshit
ladies and
off.
Gentlemen,
right
I want to
now.
say this to you, the Cowboy fans, and that's why we're excited about Dallas Cowboy Week, because people like Harlem. What's his name? Harlem what? Harlem Shake.
Harlem Trash.
Harlem Shake. Whatever his name is, he's the guy. Jesse out there, Dawes McCray. I can go down the line of all the Cowboy fans. Antoine Denby. I can keep going. Reggie. I can go all the way around across the United States of America to New Jersey. And all those guys are cockroaches because they just sit around and they scream and they sit around and they scream and they sit around and they scream and they know their coach is butt and they know the quarterback. Some of them, not all. Right. Some of them think their quarterback is great. Since
I don't say he's great. He's serviceable.
Well,
I'll give him that.
He is serviceable. No, but some of them guys out there think that Dak is the best thing since sliced bread, and they don't realize this, Cowboys fans. And this is why I say you're hypnotized. And this is my rant. I'm doing a TA rant. You're hypnotized because you realize that Jason Garrett is not good, but you still think you're going to Super Bowl. You're in the twilight zone. At the end of the day, as long as Jason Garrett's there, as long as Jerry Jones is still on the microphone doing press conferences on a regular basis, and he's not letting Stephen Jones run the organization, he's running it, but just staying back, and staying in top of the booth, doing his thing, just being seen but not heard, you will never win a Super Bowl again.
I'll go furthermore. I'll say this, I kind of like Dak, and listen, I'll be the first one to tell you.
He reminds me of McNabb. He does.
People will kill me. I still want Zeke and Eagles green to this day.
Really?
To this day.
That ain't gonna happen.
To this day.
Okay.
With that being said, I'll say this: if Tony Romo had Zeke in this defense, y'all go to the Super Bowl.
I agree with that.
Straight up and down.
But with Garrett though?
I think there's so much talent. I think
Garrett's an idiot, man.
I just think Romo's that much better than Dak that they would have won in spite of that.
Even though with Garrett.
Even though I think they win in spite of him.
I don't know, man. Because, see, Garrett and my cousin Josh Rogers will agree with me. Garrett will find a way to lose a game. There's games like, for instance, the Baba man who has you guys. He owns you guys. The Baba man, not the last game, the one before that in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That game they should have won.
Yes.
But Garrett single-handedly.
You talk about the Jared Cook catch.
Yes, that's the game the Cowboys should have won.
Yeah.
But my man Garrett rather screwed the game up for him.
Yeah. Now listen, Harlem, you just sat here and said, when's the last time I celebrated the Eagles beating it? Listen, dog, this is how self-centered y'all asses is. I don't care about y'all. Like Jay-Z said, I'm not looking at you, I'm looking past you. I got bigger dreams for my team than y'all.
Oh, that was the Jay-Z.
I like to beat y'all,
he quoted.
but I got bigger team. I got bigger worries than y'all. It's not about y'all. I'm not sitting here saying that y'all can't beat us, but I bet you this. Right. On Sunday, y'all ain't going to trounce us like that. And anything, even the last 2 games last year, you didn't beat us. We beat ourselves because for some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe they put something in the water that day in Philly. I don't know what the hell happened, but it seemed like they get dumb and brain farts. But in 2017, when we rolled down and went to the Super Bowl, Jai is still running. So guess what's going to happen Sunday? Because now I'm up here. I was here. I'm up here now.
You at a level 10?
Jordan Howard, 3 touchdowns. I'm calling it. Eagles win the game.
With me?
Eagles win the game.
Okay.
34-23. Right. Enough said. I don't want to hear nothing. If they don't win the game, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I come on here.
Listen, they lose.
Harlem Cowboy, message me. I'm on YouTube. Peter Evans, direct message me. We'll make a bet. Put your money where your mouth at. Other than that, shut the fuck up.
He's not going to do that.
I'm done.
He's not going to do that, Pete. He's not because
they got me heated.
Harlem's not going. He's not going to put his mouth.
And I try to be. Now you know me.
He's not.
You know me. I'm one of the most realist Eagles fans when it comes to the looks on the Cowboys.
But see,
if somebody attack my character like this, I feel like Stephen A. up here, right?
But that's what. See, Pete. That's what some of them do. Some of the Cowboy fans, they want to push you to the edge because they want to get the rise out of us, man. And that's what they do. But that's okay.
He said, look past us this week.
Hey, at the end of the day, here's something else. I'm going to say this to Mr. Harlem. Mr. Harlem, my friend, when we come back at 8 p.m. on, what's next week, the 25th?
The 25th.
All right, 25th, 8 p.m. I would like for you to actually, I don't know if we can set this up. I would like for him to call in. I don't know if you got to talk to
Call
TA.
in? I don't know.
I just want to hear his voice.
Just show your presence.
I just want to hear your voice, and I want to hear the excuses. I want to hear, this person's hurt. Well, if Dak didn't do this. I don't want to hear it. I just want to say, you know what? You guys are right. My team just didn't have it that day. Your team was just a better team. That's all I want to hear from you. That's it.
I don't even need that.
You don't need that? I want it. Give it to me. When Tia comes back, I'm going to ask him if we can get Mr. Harlem on the phone.
What's Jesse saying?
Jesse says we're not getting there either. He said,
Jesse, you see that Harlem?
Jesse said,
you see that Harlem?
Jesse said
that is a real fan. He's a realist.
He said
he's a realist.
He said y'all not getting either. He said y'all not getting either. Y'all not getting either though.
It doesn't matter, Jesse. I just listen, and you won for 4.
Wait. Bill Middlebrook said, Jesse, quick question. What's 2 + 2?
Yo, no lie. I heard it on some media platform. The dude called in. He said, "Listen, the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl since I was 11, 1996."
Oh shoot!
He said, "My son is now 15." So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, time out. Let me ask this question: Harlem and Jesse, were y'all born when the Cowboys won? That's
Harlem probably, yeah. He sound like he an older cat.
He sound like he's 46.
He sound like he an older cat.
Yeah, Jesse, was you born when? Did you get to experience that? Was you around? Was 95, right? 95. Jesse had to be about 10. Jesse around our age.
Listen, hold up. Time out, Harlem.
What did he say?
He said, and when we win, you can't not sit there and say that Wentz, it's not Wentz. Listen, did Wentz drop the ball in Atlanta? Did Wentz drop the ball in Detroit?
No.
He beat Green Bay, the same team that y'all can't beat, that y'all let Aaron Jones run for 4 touchdowns. Before that, Aaron Jones ain't had shit. That's the team. Y'all let him get 4 touchdowns. 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. 4 in one game in Jerry World. You talk about the same team.
Yeah.
Wentz beat Green Bay throwing 15 times to throw 160 yards. Jordan Howard's running through holes as big as me and E sitting side by side.
Yeah. Wentz had 3 touchdowns.
So
160.
I don't know. Listen, dog. I don't know what.
Listen,
I'm defeated. I don't know what to say.
We gotta move forward. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I just want to hear from you guys next week. I want to hear the pulse. I want to hear what you guys feel. I want to hear the excuses. I want to hear that Dak did this and our defense. I just want to hear everything. So we're gonna move forward. We got Pickems. We're gonna do PSG Pickem.
Vikings Lions. Who you got? I got. I can't believe I'm gonna say this.
You got it all together?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, 1 o'clock. Vikings.
1 o'clock.
Hey, listen, y'all weigh in. Let us know what y'all think. We got to figure out. I think I'm up on you. I think I got you by a couple
You could
games.
be. I haven't.
We didn't keep it tab.
So Vikings versus Lions in Detroit.
Big game.
Can Kirk do it again?
Kirk coupons.
The Lions is still sitting there talking about Monday night's game.
Yeah.
And how they got
Their
blasted
butt
by the
hurt. Their butt hurt.
So with that being said,
Okay.
because the Lions are still thinking about Monday night with the Packers, I think the Vikings go in there and they win in spite of Kirk Cousins. But I just don't. I think Dalvin Cook gets back to his ways because guess what? The Detroit Lions don't have the same front four defense that we have, or whatever's going on in the back end.
Yeah,
of the
they're missing. What's my man's name?
They always
from
can
Jersey?
stop the run.
They're missing Jersey. The cat from Jersey, Mike Daniels, which is big. They don't have Mike Daniels. They have Snacks, but missing Daniels. So you're going.
I'm going Vikings.
I agree with you
I'm
wholeheartedly.
going with the color of your shirt, baby.
Okay, I'm going Vikings. I agree with you. I think it's just going to be too much. Kirk coupons will throw about 3 to 4 touchdowns. I'm actually going to pick him up in DraftKings this week.
See, I don't know. He's in my 2-quarterback fantasy.
Don't
you touch him?
Hold
please.
on, time out. I have you this week.
We playing each other.
And the thing is, I had Kirk Cousins and I cut him.
Good.
I'm so mad at myself.
Keep him off. Keep him away.
And you picked him up?
No.
You didn't pick him up?
No, I got him in another league.
I gotta see who has him. If he's there, I'm picking him up for you.
So you got Vikings too.
I got Vikings as well. I'm going. I'm giving the score. I'm going 28. I'm going 28-21.
All right. So next game on the docket you got is Texas versus Colts in Indianapolis. Colts coming off the bye.
Mm-hmm.
You got Deshaun Watson here playing at MVP level, running and throwing the ball.
Absolutely.
If Will Fuller can actually catch the damn
Michael
ball,
Jordan football.
He may have had 2 touchdowns last week.
Absolutely.
I'm going. I hate to go against Frank Wright, but I'm going against the Texans. I'm going with the Texans. I just think the Texans have a groove going right now.
Absolutely.
They lost to Carolina, and then they won 2 straight. They went into Kansas City in Arrowhead and beat Pat Mahomes. Now, it was some courtesy to the rest in the non-call with Travis Kelce in the end zone.
Yeah, but they still won.
But with that being said, I like Deshaun.
Okay.
I like the Texans to go into Indy and come out with a W.
All right, so I'm going with you as well. We think alike today, yeah. I just think right now the Michael Jordan football right now is balling right now. That's Deshaun Watson.
You calling the what?
He's the Michael Jordan football.
And what? Please.
Did you hear Dabo
please,
say it? Dabo's the one who said it.
Please provide context.
Dabo Sweeney he said he's the Michael Jordan football.
He's Michael Jordan-esque. He's not calling you the GOAT.
All I'm saying, you're taking it to another level.
I'm just saying when I hear Michael Jordan, that's all I'm
narrative
saying.
again. Stop it. The bottom line is this:
Hey.
they're balling right now. They're looking good right now. And like you said, Fuller had that good game. What was it? Not last game. The one before that. I think he's gonna have a big game today. Sunday rather. I just think, and also Carlos Hyde.
I need DeAndre Hopkins to show his face
I need him too.
My fantasy league.
But Carlos Hyde is balling. If you guys, I don't know if anybody has him in fantasy, but if you do have him, he's balling right now. And it's kind of like under the radar.
They got the Thunder and Lightning going.
Yeah,
him and Duke Johnson right now.
Yeah, so I mean, I just think it's gonna be
Their
too
biggest
much for
Achilles heel
him.
is their coach, Bill O'Brien, because he thinks Deshaun Watson is literally Superman.
Yeah,
and he's going to get him killed.
I agree with that part, but their line is much better than it was before.
Okay.
So I'm going 29-20. I'm going 29-17.
29-17.
Texans.
Okay.
What else you got?
And then we got Saints Bears,
That's a good game, man.
That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good one. That's at Soldier Field, right?
It's at Soldier Field. Trubisky returns.
All right, so I'm going Saints, man. I just think right now, Teddy B. He's balling right now. No Kamara. That's okay.
No Kamara?
No Kamara. You're right. He's not playing. He's out.
Wow.
But I still think who's my man?
Latavius Murray.
I think he's having a big game, man.
No.
Listen, I'm not saying the big game's going to have
see
touchdowns. He's going to have a touchdown.
I don't see it.
I'm saying 13 carries, 71 yards. That's a big game for him.
He can have that.
I'm seeing Taysom Hill scoring at least one touchdown.
Okay.
I'm seeing my man Mike Thomas do his thing. I just think right now they're clicking right now. Everything they're touching right now, everything as far as with Sean Payton, this is a sign of a good coach. We need to take a
Sean Payton's on a different level.
listen to that, y'all, Eagles country.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sign of a good coach when you lose certain players, especially a person that's pivotal like Drew Brees, and you can still put guys. Yes, stop it. You're hating on Drew Brees. I want you to stop doing that. Stop hating on him because he's still a top 10 quarterback. Huh? No. He's still a top 10 quarterback? Absolutely.
By
Stop
default.
it, Peter.
By default.
All right, we're gonna leave that though.
Yeah,
right, so like I said,
that's an argument for another day.
It is putting him in the right position, and this is what he does. And Teddy B right now is doing his thing. So I got the Saints winning 28.
Nope.
28-10.
Nope. This is where the fork in the road.
And I like it. I want to be different.
The boy went left.
Okay.
And he's not going to be right.
You going Trubisky?
I'm being
You going
right.
Trubisky against Lattimore?
I'm going
against that defense?
I'm going Chicago.
Come on now.
Because of their defense.
3 picks.
They
Easy.
lost to Oakland in London.
Okay.
To come back, get back to 0. And I like Chicago in the game. I don't like Trubisky, but I like Chicago in the game.
You don't like Trubisky, but you like Chicago.
Because of the fact of you only put up 13 points against the Jaguars defense. Now I get it. The Jaguars defense, you played them on the road. It's the second game on the road, and you're going to Soldier Field, and Soldier Field is no Jacksonville.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough environment to play in. So I got Chicago. Last game we got up is the Ravens versus the Seahawks, and who I think is the MVP so far this year, and that's Russell Wilson. I think the Seahawks keep the train rolling, and they go ahead and do the daggone thing because the Ravens defense, even with the addition of Marcus Peters, They defense has been like Swiss cheese, man. It's not been a standard Baltimore defense at all. Mm-hmm. Not been a standard Baltimore defense. So I think the Seahawks put up some points. I think Russ has a good day, 3 or 4 touchdowns like he's been doing.
Okay.
On my fantasy team going against you this week.
Yeah.
That's who my quarterback is.
Okay.
So have fun with that.
That's my quarterback.
That's gonna be a lot to deal with.
So real quick shout out before I get my point. Shout out to my man Michael Kleincuff. Thanks for rocking with us, man. He says
it's clean.
He says no Kamara and
Thank you,
Chicago
Tom.
close game.
Thank you.
He's going 16-14 Saints. And also Mike says Seahawks gonna win. Also quick shout out to my man Jonas Espinal. Thanks for riding with us, man. He's saying let's go Birds as well. And listen, there's a fight going on between Mr. Jesse and Mr. Bill Middlebrooks, y'all. If y'all could I just want to thank you guys for chiming in, everybody. But if y'all could just read the comments between them two, it's hilarious, yo.
Yeah.
But on to the game against Ravens and Seahawks. I'm just thinking Seahawks have too much right now.
Right.
I'm thinking Lockett will have a nice game. DK Metcalf, who we passed on, may have a touchdown, which hurts me to say. And the funny thing, quick side story. When we were doing the draft, and I saw Metcalf on the board like 3 times, because if you remember, he was there like 3 picks, and we passed on him each time. So I'm sitting there like, are they seeing something that we're not seeing right now?
They don't want athletic ability.
They're
allergic to athletics.
So anyway, but that's just a quick story. But anyway, I just think Russell's balling right now. He's in top 3 right now in MVP candidate right now, besides my man Run CMC and Deshaun. I just think it's going to be too much. And also, the record on the road, Seahawks is undefeated on the road. So
No, they're in Seattle.
Oh, they are in Seattle. Excuse me. I'm sorry. They're in Seattle, so it's even better. So I'm going Seattle. I'm actually going 35-20.
Okay. I definitely, if you're betting, definitely take the over.
What's over?
I don't know. Whatever it is, take it. As
Okay.
long as it's not starting with a 5, you'll be fine.
Got you.
Because now listen, Harlem Cowboy, before we change.
Oh, he's back? He's back?
He said that
What'd he
TA checked him though. He was like, "You have no run game," and then TA was like, "Run game, are you okay?" So that means he money bumped his head. I haven't seen a response.
He didn't see Jordan Howard? He don't see Jordan Howard?
I don't know.
Averaging
He got amnesia.
5 yards a carry?
He got amnesia.
He ain't seen that?
I don't know. Listen, but October 23rd, opening night, Sixers season.
Yes, sir.
I think they play Boston.
10-9-8, yes. 10-9-8.
Boston, 10-9-8, 76. I think
I'm
it's
excited,
gonna,
man. I'm
I
pumped.
think it's going to be a nationally televised game. It's
Yes,
a
it
Wednesday
is.
night.
Absolutely.
ESPN, if I'm not mistaken, if it's a Wednesday.
It's Tuesday. It's going to be TNT. It's Tuesday.
So it's the 22nd.
22nd. Yes, sir.
22nd.
Yes, sir.
I will say this. I would be surprised if the Sixers don't win more than 57 games. I would actually be disappointed if they don't win 57
TA says
games.
the under is 54, right?
Over under 54.
Yeah.
And barring any setbacks in health, knock on wood, like E tried to call Mr. Glass.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying
Stop
before
it.
Mr. Glass.
Stop it.
Okay, let me. I'm sorry. Let's change that.
57 games or more, top seed in the East. I don't see anybody in the East itself as currently constructed messing with us. You try to hear Indiana, but Indiana's already starting to self-destruct because them and Domantas Sabonis are in far apart in negotiation talks. So they're already talking about trading Sabonis. Go ahead and do that. That'll make it easier for us. The Greek Freak can't do it by itself. I don't know how much more the Greek Freak ceiling can go outside of his jumper, and we already know if Ben can just take a 12 to 15 foot jumper consistently, make 3 out of 5. And shoot, what's that, 60%? 40%, 2 for 5, 40%.
Yeah.
Get people to start coming out on you because you got the jumper, then you can blow right by them. It's going to open things up.
Right.
So, I mean, I got the Sixers winning 57, 58 games this year, maybe 60 if they really get rolling. So we'll see. Go ahead.
So let me just jump in real quick. So correction, you are right. They're Wednesday. ESPN 7:30. Boston Sixers. That's gonna be a great game. I'm excited about the game because first of all, we have a guy in Al Horford and Richardson. I know everyone says, Simmons and Embiid. Listen, they're the cornerstones of our team. I understand that.
Right.
But it's the other guys. It's about the other guys this year that's going to make a difference in our team this year. The Horfords, the guys Horford's going to start at least probably 20 games because Embiid's going to miss, whether it be load management, whatever the situation is. He's going to be starting a lot of games. And then also Richardson, who's a guy who I feel is going to be – is somebody here? In the top 5. G Mill, what's good, man? He was creeping in.
Yo, G Mill dropping some LBs, boy.
The spidey sense was coming out when I saw the door.
He's about to run,
there's
boy.
a certain thing about, African-American people. I don't know if y'all know this, but we have spidey senses. Yeah, we see certain things. See, that's why we family. When y'all see us run with us. Because we don't ask questions, right?
He sound like a Sixers playoff shirt.
Yeah, get out. Yeah, so when we run, y'all run with us. We don't ask. So when I saw the door going, I said, wait, what's going on here? What's going on here? So anyway, so what I was saying, okay. So yeah, the Richardson, the guys like that, he's gonna be top 5 defensive player of the year, I think, in the rankings, if you will. And the guy that they're really high on, and I'm gonna tear his name up. Help me out, guys. What's my man from Washington's name? Because I want to tear the man's name up. The guy from Washington.
Thibault?
You tearing it up too.
Matisse Thibault.
Yeah, there you go.
Thibault.
Yeah, him.
He said him.
Guys like him and the Trey Burks of the world. Yeah, we're actually talking Sixers now. Yeah, Trey Burke, those guys are going to be the guys that are going to make a difference for us this year going forward. So if Brett Brown, my buddy, puts those guys in the right situation, I think we're going to have a parade in Ball Street, man. And honestly, I see 60 wins, and I see us playing the Lakers.
No, Lakers don't make it past the Clippers, bro.
Okay.
Lakers don't.
We already got 2 bets. I owe you on 1, right? I owe you on 2, right?
You owe me like 3 bets.
No, 2 bets. We can make it a third if you want.
So, I mean, listen, for Philly sports guys tonight, YGTG, I really can't call it.
One today.
I can't. It's the snitch in the locker room who the anonymous
Dallas Cowboy fans.
It's the anonymous
It's
source.
the Dallas Cowboy
snitch
fans.
in the locker room. You
Okay.
got Jesse and Harlem Cowboys all cooped up in the Eagles nest.
Yeah.
Trying to wear cowboy boots. That ain't gonna happen. Big game tomorrow in
Yes,
college.
sir.
Penn State, Michigan, prime
Yes,
time.
sir. Yes, sir.
I think it's 7 versus 16. I don't know how Michigan is still
Who you
ranked
got?
16.
Who you got?
All right, Penn State.
Okay. I like it. We are.
Michigan can't score, and then please, Jim Harbaugh,
He's going
leave
back to
Michigan,
NFL.
come to Washington. So that's 2 guaranteed
He's
wins
going
for
back
us
to NFL.
every week.
Oh,
Every
man.
week.
You're
Hey.
really high. You're really down on him, man.
Yes, I can't stand Jim Harbaugh.
Why you hating on Jimmy H, man?
I don't
Why you
like
hating
it.
on him, bro?
Khakis too big.
I like Jimmy H.
He's dressing like he's a 1995 Hagger commercial. But with that being said, listen, man. I will tell you this, bro.
man.
I'll leave you with this.
Okay.
End of the season, Mike Grow out, Jay Gruden in. Just think about that for a minute. I want everybody out there this weekend to party responsibly, drive safe.
Yes, sir.
It's getting colder outside. Make sure you dress accordingly.
It's getting cold outside.
The brew for the flu season. So listen, tomorrow, weekly roundup, 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
You already know. Sunday, you got agree to disagree. Reaction live during the game.
I like
Check
it.
her A2D and make sure once again www.ATSSportPicks.
Yes, sir.
ATS Sport Picks. Promo code A2D. Put some money in your pocket. Everybody be safe out there. Salute.
Holla.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery.